Hey everyone, Melissa Wick here. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today for practice. This is a deep, easeful, slow flow yoga practice. It is a great practice to really get into the nooks and crevices of our body, to really open up and release tension and really connect the mind with the breath. It is a soulful class. Beginners are welcome. It does move at a slower pace, but just remember to really listen to your body. If something feels painful or intuitively not right, then back off. You can pause the video when you need to. It is well-rounded. You'll find we'll get into the chest, the heart, the hips, the hamstrings. We'll get into it all. So listen to your body, like I said, first and foremost. If you'd like to support, you can subscribe to the channel, like it, share it with your friends. I appreciate that so much. If you'd like to continue to support free yoga, you can become a patron on my Patreon page, and all of that information links are below in the description. Thank you so much. Let's get into something comfortable. Let's get this practice started. We're going to begin today's practice in a supported heart opening shape. So options here. If you have a bolster, that might be nice to start with the bolster supporting you. Or if you have two blocks, you can use two blocks to help you in your support. If you don't have any of those, you can always use a blanket or a towel. And I'll show you how to do that. You will take your blanket or towel and you'll roll it up. So know that the thicker your roll, the more intense the heart opener will be. So I'm going to try this height here. I'll take it to the back of my mat, and I want to have the back of the heart come onto the blanket and let my shoulder blades come over onto the other side, so the shoulder blades touch the mat. So this right here is a nice gentle opener. You can have your arms out in a T shape. For something a little more, you can bring them into cactus. You can have your feet touching, knees open. So that's option one. Option two, you can take your two blocks, one on the highest setting at the back of your mat, the next on the second setting, vertically just a few inches. And then again, you align the back of your heart, for the ladies, your bra line, and you'd align your bra line, back of the heart on the block, and then have the shoulder blades come on either side. Then your hands will find the block behind to support your head. You can bring your elbows to the ground to push and lift up to readjust the shoulders. And here your arms could be out into the side, down a little lower, legs could be straight or knees open. If you want more, you can always extend your arms up after a while and play around, maybe grab opposite elbows. You make this your own. I'm gonna go with a third option and use the bolster. So I'll take the bolster behind vertically, and I like to use a pillow to support my head. Right to the back. So the bum is touching the floor for all variations. And you come down, keep the natural curve in the low back. If you are not using a pillow here, just make sure that your chin doesn't go way higher than your forehead. If it is, you're going to need a little bit of support, maybe a pillow or a blanket folded for your head. So bring my elbows down, lift and lower the chest. Decide what leg variation would suit you best here. And your arm placement, wherever they land and it feels the most supportive for you, the most nourishing. So once you've found your spot, make the effort to adjust so you can really feel comfortable to fully settle in. You're going to close the eyes. And we'll take 2 deep breaths together to arrive. So fully inhale, let your belly inflate, your chest expand. Exhale, let it go. All the air out. One more like this, fully inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Close the lips. And return to the natural cadence of your breath. Softening your jaw. Relax the energy behind your eyes. Softening your fingers. And trusting the support of your props beneath you. It's okay to let go. As you breathe, just let your belly be a belly. So when you inhale, just let it expand. When you exhale, let it soften. So we're not forcing or shaping the breath. We are witnessing it. And allow each and every breath to deeply nourish you from the inside out. Enjoying this moment of pause to fully enter this moment. With every exhale, you feel the tension releasing from your body. And we'll just be in this experience for another minute or so. And staying present to the inflow and outflow of your breath. And maybe here you'd like to set an intention for your practice. Perhaps the intention is to really feel and connect with your body and your breath, to stay present with your experience. And perhaps you may want to dedicate your practice to someone else, to a loved one, perhaps a stranger, someone who may need a little extra support or love. Now, if it feels all right for you, you can start to swim your arms up overhead. Extend the arms, deepening the breath. You can Wiggle around if that feels good. So move in any way that feels really nourishing for you. And slowly release your arms back down. Really feel the way as you lower them down. If your knees are open, take your hands to the outside of the legs. Close the legs. If your legs are extended, bend the knees. And we all may be on different props, so however you are, the least amount of effort with the most care, come out of your supported heart opening shape. And we'll meet in tabletop position. So we'll come onto all fours. The hands will come underneath the shoulders. The knees will be hip-width distance apart. On an inhale, you initiate the movement with your pelvis. You'll tilt the pelvis, sit bones, reach up and back, releasing the belly. The chest opens, chin lifts. That's your inhale. Exhale, you curl the tailbone under and you start to gently push the floor away. Your nose comes towards the chest, the navel. Few more like this. Fully stay engaged and present. Inhale forward. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Baring the throat, soften the shoulders. Exhale. Feel the shoulder blades peel away from one another. Let your head be heavy here. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round. Stay here for a cycle of breath. Let your head be heavy. Breathe into your upper back. Inhale, neutral table. You're going to sway your hips over to the right. You're going to feel a crunch in your right side body and look over to your right hip. So you're going to feel a stretch in your left side, just crunching your right side. And then wiggle your hips to the left, crunch, look over to your left. One more time through, over to the right, crunch, elongate the left side, and crunch over to the left, elongate the right side. Back to center, your hips will stay right over the knees, walk the hands forward into a puppy stretch. Forehead and heart melt towards the mat. You're welcome to bring a block to the forehead. If you need a little more support, keep a slight tone in of the belly, opening up in the underarms, the chest, the shoulders. Sweetly inhaling and exhaling. Good. You're going to lift your forehead. You're going to bring your elbows in toward one another, so your forearms will magnetize, and place the forearms down. You're going to slide your knees back and bring your hips down into Sphinx pose. Palms down, press into your forearms as your chest opens. Tops of the feet press down. Your elbows are hugging in toward you as your chest comes forward, grounding down through the forearms. Now from here, we're going to tuck the chin in. We're going to start to curl the pubic bone in toward the chin. You're going to draw the belly in. You're going to dome, 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 tuck, tuck, tuck the tailbone under. So you'll feel a lot of work in the core here. And then you'll release the hips down. Inhale, back to Sphinx. We'll go like this. Exhale, chin comes in. Tuck, 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 lift. You might shake a little if you want a little more. Tops of the feet press down, knees lift, tuck, tuck, tuck. Release, hips down, inhale, open the chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Nice and smooth. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly in. Strong, deep, deep core muscles. Release the hips. Inhale, open. 1 more time. Exhale. Tuck, 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 tuck. This time we're going to hold for a cycle of breath. Stabilize your thoughts with your breath. Fully inhale and fully exhale. Good. Release the hips down. Inhale. Open the chest. Good. And then as you exhale, open the elbows. Lower your head and chest down. Take your hands by your upper chest, elbows in. Roll the shoulders onto your back. Peel up into cobra. Opening up here, chest open. Pinky sides of the toes down. And exhale. Lower down. One more time. Roll up so your upper back leads. It's like a cobra. Soften the shoulders. Chin lifts. Exhale, belly, chest, chin, forehead. Release the head down. Let all the air out. Take your hands behind you, interlace them. Start to extend the knuckles toward the heels and roll the shoulders onto the back. Draw the belly in. Inhale to locust. Chest, shoulders, forehead lift. Head stays in line with the neck. Maybe arms lift off the body. Maybe your toes point enough that the tops of the feet lift. Knees, quads. So the whole back line is lit up here with an easeful breath. Find ease. On your next exhale, you're going to sweetly lower. Release your hands. Bring them by your upper chest. Tuck your toes underneath. You're going to push through the palms and lift your belly, push up. As you exhale, lift your knees, come into downward facing dog. Take your dog for a walk if you'd like, bending one knee and the other. Your first down dog of the practice, so make it juicy. You can release your neck softly. You can always tilt your hips from side to side, make this your own. Maybe you bend your knees a lot and draw your chest towards the tops of the thighs, wrapping your upper arms around and in, broadening the chest and the upper back, gliding the shoulders down and away from the ears. Good. Now on an inhale, we're going to lift the heels up. You're going to curl the pubic bone and tailbone under, and your upper back's going to lead toward high plank, and your head will be the last to come through as your hips come to shoulder height. And then gaze is just right on the mat. So we'll just try that again. So you're going to shift back downward facing, hips up and back. Inhale, lift the heels, tuck the pubic bone under. As you do that, you start to curl and wave-like motion forward. Head last to come through. Keep drawing the belly in. Exhale, downward facing. And we're going to add on to that. Inhale, lift the heels, pubic bone under, back of the head, the shoulders lead as you come forward. This time we're going to bend the knees, almost like a cow-like motion. Sit bones reach up and back, so the bend in your low back. And exhale, your hips lead back, and then your legs extend. So we'll put it together. Use your intuition here. Try not to be too mechanical. Inhale, lift the heels, tuck the tail under, upper back leads. And exhale, bend your knees, tilt the pelvis, hips up and back, downward facing. Moving like a wave. Inhale, continuous motion. Come through high plank. Bend your knees, sit your bum back, arch your back. Downward facing. One more time, fluid breath. Inhale, you're really rolling and rinsing through the spine. Exhale, downward facing. Take a breath in here. And an exhale, let it out. Good, lift your heels, bend your knees, look between your hands, and then take little steps all the way to the top of your mat. So really lift your hips up, draw the belly in. At any point, if you need to lift the heels of your hands, you can do that here. Feet hip width distance and fold. Grab the opposite elbows, bend your knees, and gently give yourself a sway here, releasing your neck. Back to center. Release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to your shins or your quads. Long spine, your chest opens. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, strong legs. We're going to sweep the arms all the way up to stand. Maybe you look up to your palms touching, and exhale, hands to heart center. Lengthen the tailbone down. Draw in the low belly. Inhale, we reach the arms up. Strong legs here. We exhale, cactus the elbows. So glide the shoulders down. Lean into your upper back. Open the chest. Again, inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms here. Blossom your heart open. Gently engage the glutes to protect your low back. Inhale, extend the arms up. As you exhale, slight bend in the knees and lead with your heart to come all the way down to a fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, open the chest. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to a high plank, pause here. Draw the navel in, broaden the upper back so there's a gentle pushing away from the floor. Pubic bones curling in toward the chin. You're going to shift slightly forward onto the wrists, hug your elbows in. As you exhale, bend the elbows back toward the mat, come down halfway. Point your toes. You can always come right to your belly to cobra. Extend the arms. You're just pushing up from here, glutes engaged. Open the chest, upward facing. As you exhale, draw the belly in, lift the hips up. Tuck the toes under, downward facing. Few breaths here. You can always do your flow, taking yourself down to belly and into cobra or a cat-cow instead of the flow. Good, so let's bend the knees again here. Look between the hands and then walk or step to the top of your mat nice and softly and fold. Inhale, we'll halfway lift, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Hands down, bend the knees, interlace the hands behind you. Draw the shoulders onto the back, extend the elbows, open the chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, knees are bent, lead with the heart, come to a fold. Releasing the chin, let your arms come as far forward as it feels safe for you. Breathing into your belly. Keep your hands interlaced. Inhale to a halfway lift so your legs are supporting you. And exhale, fold. Release your hands with care. Halfway lift with fingertips to shins or quads. Open the chest. Exhale, step back, high plank, pause. So really take this slow, moving with your breath. You shift slightly forward. Hug your elbows in. You can always come to your knees. As you exhale, you bend the elbows back. Come down halfway. Create a shelf. You're not going past the shoulders. Point your toes. Bum engaged. Knees lifted. Opening up the chest. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Steady your gaze. As we inhale, we'll lift the right leg to a three-legged dog. So you're lifting from your right inner thigh. Hips stay closed. Keep pushing through your palms. As you exhale, you're going to bend your right knee, shift forward, and gently step it through between the hands. Left knee comes down. Low lunge. Sweep the arms up. Right ankle in line with the right knee. Take your hands onto your right thigh. As you are here, the tailbone's lengthening down. So you're going to feel your low belly zip up and draw in. Here, we'll start to draw the chin in. As you push your hands down onto your thigh, you're going to feel your tailbone lengthening down, and you might feel some opening here in the hip flexors in the psoas. So you can adjust, play around, and find your sweet spot here. So that action of your low belly drawing in, your right hip draws down, You can always engage your left glute if you need more support and stability. That'll help to increase the opening in the hip flexor. Good. Lift your chin, inhale, swoop the arms up. As you exhale, cactus the elbows, bend the elbows, open the chest. And inhale, extend the arms. As you exhale, half split. Framing your right foot, toes toward the face. You can always take your hands on blocks. Your right hip's drawing back, so find a dragging action with your right heel. Make sure the heel's in line with the hip here. Sometimes the hips like to go out to the left. Now softening the shoulders, inhale, extend your heart forward. As you exhale, you're going to find a gentle fold in. So we're inviting in a rolling cobra here. Inhale, lift the chin, long spine, soften the shoulders. Exhale, fold. And this doesn't need to be grand. It could just be just little movements. Inhale, extend, open the chest. And exhale, fold. This time we'll just hold here for a couple breaths. Good, and lifting the chest, bend your right knee, blocks out of the way. Tuck your left toes under, lengthen the back leg. Right hips drawing back, left toes forward. Magnetize the inner thighs. When you're ready, inhale, sweep up to a high lunge. Ground down through your right heel. As you exhale, left arm comes forward, right arm back, twist from your rib cage, palms face out to the right. You can always take your left knee down. You can stay here if you want a little more. Right hand to your left thigh. Your left arm reaches up. So rather than dumping in the low back, you're reaching up and out, opening in the chest. Glutes are working. Find your steady breath. Good. Slowly unwind. You're going to cartwheel the hands down, frame your right foot. Take your arm on the inside of your right leg, heel toe your right foot all the way out to the right, toes out, heel in. You're going to step forward to Malasana. So left foot comes to the outside of the left hand, heels in, toes out. Hands could come into prayer, pressing your triceps into your inner legs as you're softening the shoulders. You can always take your sit bones on a block. So we're grounding down through the root, and we're finding a tall spine through the crown of the head. Very grounding, primal shape here, tuning in to your breath. Lift the inner arches of your feet so that you're not caving inwards. Good. If your eyes are closed, gently open the eyes. Taking your hands down, lift your sit bones up. Heel toe your feet to hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, smooth breath. Open the shoulders. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. Continue the exhale, chaturanga to upward facing or to cobra. Take your time. Exhale. Downward facing. Smooth breaths. Inhale, the left leg is going to rise, moving like honey. Hips stay level, keep pushing through the palms, long spine. As you exhale, bend your left knee and sweetly step it through between the hands. Right knee comes down. Ankle in line with the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Thumbs back, pinkies forward, soften the shoulders. Taking your hands onto your left thigh. As you do this, tailbone lengthens downward, so the low belly scoops up and zips in. Left hip draws down. If you need to engage your right glute, you can do that to help stabilize you. Maybe you'll feel more opening in the right hip flexor, chin down, pushing down with the palms. We're going to lift the chin. Inhale, you can start to find more of a hinge. Sweep the arms up. As you exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace them. Draw the shoulders onto the back, extend your elbows, and start to open the chest any amount. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Left hip pulls back, right hip forward. Maybe you find a little more, as long as you don't feel compression in your low back. So you're lifting up and out. Wherever you are with care, release your hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, half split. Take your hips back, extend your left leg. Maybe hands on blocks. Toes toward the face. Find a dragging action with your left leg. Again, make sure the hips behind the heel. As you inhale, we'll soften the shoulders so your sit bones are reaching back and the chest opens. As we exhale, we gently find a fold, chin in. So we roll like this. Inhale, we slightly lift, blossom the heart, bare the throat. Exhale, we fold inward, we bow in. Inhale, roll, open. Show your heart. Exhale, bow in. Good. And then here we'll just pause, softening the shoulders, a couple breaths. And let's rebend the left knee. Take your blocks out of the way, tuck your right toes under and lengthen the back leg. Magnetize the inner thighs. When you feel stable, inhale, high lunge, ground down through your left heel. On an exhale, your right hand extends forward, left arm extends back, palms facing to the left, twisting from the rib cage. You can always take your right knee down if you like. You can stay right here if you need a little more. Your left hand comes back towards your right thigh. Right arm extends up. So you're lifting up and out. Collarbones open. Let's unwind. Inhale, sweep both arms up. And exhale, take your hands down. Step back to your high plank. Last flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Create your shelf. Push through your palms. Inhale, engage the glutes. Strong legs. You're just popping up. Exhale, downward facing. Good. Let's bring the toes together. And take child's pose. Knees come wide. Stitch your sit bones onto your heels. Walk the hands forward. Option to open up in the triceps. Elbows down, palms touch. You can wiggle your elbows a little forward. Thumbs come toward the back of the neck, base of the upper back. Take about 5 to 6 breaths here. Releasing your hands if they're in prayer. And we're gonna walk the hands toward our body and bring your legs together here. You're still on your shins, on your knees. We're gonna take our hands and interlace them, our fingers, but keep the pointer fingers extended and your thumbs out like it's an arrow. Arrow mudra. Here we're gonna inhale and extend the arms. You'll lift the sides of the body, of the waist. As we exhale, you're gonna bring the hands in front of you, close and interlace all the fingers and push the palms away. Tuck your chin in, make a C shape with your spine. Inhale, come back to center. Have your arrow mudra, arms lift, that's one breath. Exhale, bring your fingers in, push the palms away, tuck the chin in, curl the tailbone under. A few more. Inhale, arrow mudra. You can close your eyes and just be with your breath. Let the movement follow. Exhale. Push up. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, come through. One more cycle. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, round. Good, inhale, arrow mudra, reach up. This time, we're gonna exhale and release the hands and slowly lower the arms down by your side. Nice and slow. The next shape we'll move into is Virasana. So you have the option to use a block if you need one. You're just gonna take the knees a little bit wider. So you're making space for your bum to come through. Your heels will come to the outside of your thighs. This might be enough here and you wanna work with sitting here, that's great. You can flip your palms up, close your eyes. You always can bring a block between the ankles and sit your bum on the block. If you have more space and you're not feeling pain, you can start to walk your hands back behind you. I like to lift and lower my sit bones to find more length in the low back. Maybe you stay here. If you start to find that your knees lift up, you've gone too far. So you want to find this grounding down action with your knees toward the mat. If you have the space, maybe you come onto your forearms. You can keep the block under you for support or not. And you can take it in increments. You can keep the chin in if that's safer for your neck, or you can bare the throat as long as there's no pain or compression anywhere. This is for you, for nobody else. So tune into your body, to your experience. If you have the space, you can always come completely down onto your back. And maybe you reach opposite elbows. This becomes a bit of a back bend here if you're on your back. So we got about 6 to 7 breaths to dive in here. Good, now we'll slowly, with lots of care, start to make our way out of Virasana, whichever variation you're in. And you're just gonna come forward onto all fours. And just take your right leg out and extend it out, just onto the toes, and just rock back and forth. Just bring the circulation back into your knees. Another side. Good. Walk your knees up a little closer to the top of your mat. Bring your sit bones down and extend your legs out in front of you. We'll prepare for Janu Sirsasana. So your right leg extends out, flex the foot. Your left foot comes to the inside of your right inner thigh. You can always sit your hips up on a blanket or a block. You can move any flesh here to help really get your sit bones connected to the mat. Hands on either side, and just gently twist from the rib cage so your heart lines up with your extended leg. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. As we exhale, you're extending and folding from the hips. So you find length in the spine first, and then you find the fold. So you can have palms up here and make this really passive and let your chin fall in. If you'd like to grab your foot, as long as you're not really yanking and pulling, you're moving with your body, so you're not trying to force the shape. You can always use a strap here as well if your hamstrings feel really tight and you need support. Allow yourself to fully inhale and fully exhale. Good. Now on an inhale, we're going to extend the arms forward, long spine. Inhale, use the back body strength to lift you up. Exhale, lower your hands down. Your right hand's going to come to your left either knee or just your thigh. And we're going to twist the hips over toward that bent knee, so to the left. You can just stay here with your left hand behind you for support and find a twist over to the left. If you want a little more, your left arm could reach up toward the sky and start to lift up and out towards the extended right leg. Keep the chest open so you're not collapsing inward. You want to keep it nice and bright. If it's too much with the hand extended, you can always keep your left hand on your waist as you're twisting to the left and reaching up and out. So you're creating this beautiful stretch in the lower waist, maybe in the side body. For everyone might be a little different as you spiral your heart open towards the sky. Inhale, make your way up to center. Exhale, unwind your twist. Now we'll extend the left leg out and open to a wide-legged forward fold. So you can lift and lower your hips here. Again, if you need a blanket under your bum for support, perfect. Your hands could start behind you. Use the hands as kickstands to open the chest. Feet flex, make sure the knees are facing toward the sky. My legs used to just go back, so I had to really work on having the knees facing the sky. Opening the chest here, and it's as if you're imprinting your groin onto the mat. So you're going to feel this rolling forward slightly here. So if you find that you're kind of back here, I would advise to lift your hips up on a blanket or a block and keep the hands behind you as you open up into the inner hamstrings and the groin over time. If you're feeling comfortable here and you want to go further, you can take your hands forward. And then if you want, you can take them even more forward, making sure here that there's still length in the spine first. And then from the length, you find the fold. So wherever you are, each day is different. We want to close the eyes or just soften the gaze and go inward here, tuning into your breath. So really entering this moment here. Can you find ease as you move deeper through the muscles, Just finding a sense of ease as you undo tension. Good. Wherever you are, come back to a tall spine. And we'll come to Janu Sirsasana on the other side. So bend your right knee. Take your right foot in the inside of your left inner thigh. Moving the flesh again if you need. Hands on either side and start to twist a little bit towards the extended left leg. You can always take a block under your right thigh if you need support. This right here already is a lot. Inhale, extend the arms up. As you exhale, start to find a fold here, or length first, and it might only be a few inches, and then we exhale and fold. Use a strap if you'd like. Releasing the chin in. Okay, now on an inhale, we'll extend the arms, find the length, use your back body, come up to stand, exhale, release your hands. Take your left hand to your right thigh or your right knee. You're going to twist toward the right. Right hand can stay behind you for support, and you can stay right here for your twist. If you want a little more, you're going to reach your right arm up, or just keep it to your waist. As you're twisting to the right, you're going to reach up and out, and the left shoulder will start to dip toward the left extended leg. So chest stays open. Really breathe into your right side body, into your right lung, into your waist. Smooth breath. Good. Inhale, come back to center, release your twist. You're going to take the legs out in front of you, bend your knees, feet flat onto the mat. Take the arms out in front of you, and we'll slowly roll down. Keep the feet on the mat if you can. Really zip up your tight pair of imaginary jeans. Your lower back touches the ground first, and then the rest of your spine comes down. Take your arms down by your side, but palms face down. Release your glutes. Take your heels a little closer to your bum. Feet are hip width distance apart. We'll come into an inversion here. We'll press the feet down. Now re-engage the glutes gently. Lift your hips up. Imagine a beach ball between the legs, so the legs and the knees don't open up. Keep them in line with your hip bones. Stay here with the palms down, or you can interlace the hands. Walk the shoulders in and press the forearms into the mat. As you inhale, just gently let the breath rise into your heart space. As you exhale, let it travel back down through the pelvis. Making sure the weight is even on both sides of the legs, so they're working evenly. Good. Release the shoulders and the hands and slowly roll down. Upper back, mid back, low back. Release your glutes. Give yourself a moment here to feel. Now come into a figure four to get into the glutes a little bit. Cross your right ankle, let it clear your left thigh. Right ankle is flexed. You can stay here and just push your right hand into your right thigh, or you can thread. Interlace the hands behind the back of the left thigh. Relax the shoulders. You can always use a strap here to make the arms longer so you can keep the shoulders relaxed. Sometimes it just gets you in a little deeper. You can use your right forearm to gently push the right thigh away. Back of the neck long. Now you can stay here, or you can maybe play around and sway a little to the left, and you'll explore to find your sweet spot. Maybe you want to give your left ankle a couple rolls, but keep your right foot flexed. Closing the eyes if that's comfortable. Breathe into your right hip. Soften your jaw. The hips and the groin and the jaw are related and connected. So notice when you're clenching your jaw, then you'll find that the hips may also be holding tension. Good. Release your hands and take your left foot onto the mat and cross your right leg completely over the left. Arms extend into a T, palms up. Lift your hips up and gently scoot your hips to the right and let your legs fall to the left. If this is too much pressure on the spine, you can always slide a bolster or blocks under your legs here, or always have the option to uncross so the legs are just stacked. Make sure this is comfortable for you. Gaze could be center or over to the right. With every exhale, let that right shoulder soften. Good, and then flip your palms down, press into the floor, use your core to bring your legs back to center, lift the hips back to the middle, uncross the legs. Take figure four on the other side, so left ankle crosses over the right thigh, let it clear the thigh, left ankle stays flexed, so toes toward the knee. Either take your left hand and push the left thigh away, this could be enough today, or you thread. Lift the right leg off, interlace the hands, maybe use your strap. Maybe use your left elbow to push the left thigh away, and you draw the right thigh in. Relax the shoulders, back of the neck long. Maybe you gently sway a little to the right. Have the courage to find that really uncomfortable spot. Breathe into the density. And just with every breath, with every exhale, we let go and let the body unfurl naturally. Maybe you want to give your right ankle a few rolls. Good. Release your hands, place your right foot onto the mat, cross your left leg completely over the right. Arms extend out, palms up. Lift your hips and scooch them over to the left, and let your knees fall to the right. Again, sliding a prop under your legs if you like, or unravel, you don't need to cross them. Gaze could be center, it could be to the left, wherever is the most comfortable for your neck. Letting your left shoulder soften at its own pace with every exhale. Good, and then flip your palms down, push into the floor, use your core, bring your legs back to center, lift the hips and lower, uncross the legs. Take your knees in toward you. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your chest, your forehead. Your nose comes toward the knees. Coming into a tiny seed, acknowledge your efforts. When you exhale, just extend out into Shavasana. Take up as much space as you'd like. Whatever is needed, you can slide props underneath the backs of your knees, a bolster, or 2 blocks under the backs of your thighs. Opening the chest, maybe wiggle the hips, maybe get a blanket if you feel chilly, or socks. We'll take a cleansing breath together, so you can inhale in, fill up. And exhale, let it go. Relax the energy behind your eyes. Let your whole body rest. There is nothing left for you to do. And think heavy, heavy bones. And allow yourself to relax so much that you can't tell the difference between where your body meets the floor and the floor meets your body. And here you allow your prana, your energy, or your life force to organize itself into balance and harmony and coherence in this ultimate state of receivership. Noticing what it feels like to be at home in the center of your multi-dimensional being. And know that you always, always have access to this. You can slowly and gently begin to deepen your breath. Coming back to the 3D world, you can start to bring some movement back into your body however you want to move. Moving your toes, your wrists. Maybe you bring your arms up overhead for a nice big stretch. Take your knees in toward you. Give yourself a good hug. Acknowledge your efforts one more time. Roll to one side, any side. Pause there. Notice how this fetal shape feels to you. And in your own time, bring yourself up to a seat, any seat. Finding a tall spine. And bring your hands to touch in front of your heart space. A slight bow in of the chin, honoring the teacher that is within you, that light that's within you. Take these moments here to be with yourself and your breath, checking in with how you feel as the observer. And coming back to any intention that you may have set or dedication you may have set. And tune into the energy of gratitude. Powerful, powerful, elevated emotion. So really feel into gratitude for anything that you're grateful for. It could be your practice, it could be your body, it could be someone you love. Grateful for shelter. So many things to be grateful for, and really feel the energy of gratitude. Breathe that into your entire body. Let it wash over you. And let it spill beyond your skin and beyond your physical body, around your body, and all the way into the room that you're in and beyond your room. So you're radiating outwards what you wish to receive. Remember this feeling and know that it is always available to you. I thank you so much for you sharing your practice with me and for your trust. And thank you for your support. From my heart to yours, namaste.